Hey guys, Derek with Dependable Painting and Remodeling here, and I wanted to hop on and make another video regarding pricing. This time, we're going to talk about interior painting. When it comes to interior painting, there's a couple of things that really affect the pricing of the job. Very similar to exterior, when we show up to do an estimate, we're first and foremost looking at the size of the job. I always tell my customers that there's no secret formula. It ultimately breaks down to time and materials. But in order to determine that, we have to rely on measuring and our experience. How much can we produce in one day? And how much materials does it take? So, first and foremost for interiors is the sheer size of what are we painting? What is the size of the home? Specifically, when we measure a room, we measure the length, the width, and the height to get the volume, which is really telling us the wall square footage. How much wall space are we painting? Next is, what are we painting? Are we painting just the walls? Are we painting walls and trim? Or are we painting walls, trim, and ceiling? Next, what is the condition of the walls? Is there a lot of repairs? Are they minor repairs like nail holes and little scuff marks? Or do they require bigger patches? Size of a baseball, things like that. Holes in the wall that need a little bit more attention and actually need a real drywall patch, not just some spackling or just filling in some simple nail holes. Next, we look at the logistics. How much floor do we have to cover? Do we have to cover the floor? How much furniture is there? How much prep does it take to get ready to even touch the walls, which would be covering floors, covering furniture, moving furniture, things of that nature. Next, when it comes to the wood, just like the outside of the house, how much scraping needs to be done, sanding, spot priming, caulking, and what is the condition of it to begin with. These are all things we're looking at to determine back to how long it's going to take. Next, we also are going to look at the shape of the room. How much cut-in is there? Cut-in takes a lot of time. So we want to know, is there crown molding, chair railing, wainscoting, or is it just walls and baseboard? Is it a kitchen? Kitchen or bathrooms tend to have a lot more cut-in, right? Lots of different angles, backsplash, cabinets, tubs, showers, different things like that to work around. So that kind of gives us the 30,000 foot view. So I tell people, if you're thinking of doing an interior project, we all want to have a starting point. What do I budget? So you can break it down a couple of different ways, but a good rule of thumb, just to come up with a ballpark, just to get you in the realm, is about $3 a square foot of floor space. Now, I did say we measure wall space, and that's how we're calculating our production. But just to give you a ballpark, if it's a 2,000 square foot interior at $3 a square foot, it's going to be roughly a $6,000 job to paint the walls and some trim. It's not just walls, but not all the trim. And that'll at least give you a rough idea. Now, sometimes if it's the same color, it's in good shape, maybe we're going from builder grade to washable paint. And I will asterisk that here. We are only doing things in fully washable, high-end paint. Because anybody that's dealt with new construction, has a new construction house, or knows somebody that has a new construction house, the paint the builder uses is horrible. You cannot wash it, you can't touch it up, and then even worse than that, 90% of the builders in Georgia don't even prime the drywall. So they don't use PVA primer to actually seal it, and you just end up with a very chalky finish that doesn't feel like a finished wall. It cannot be washed, and if you ever touch it up, it stands out like a sore thumb. So everything we use is fully washable. You're able to touch it up and it blend in and disappear. So just keep that in mind. We're looking at how to do a correct job. Just like an exterior, the strategy of my company has always been, what does it take to do the job correctly and give the customer value? To me, value is not spending $6,000 on an interior that you have to redo in a few years. I tell my customers, we want to give you a job that the only reason you need to repaint it is you are sick of the color. So you're able to wash it. And take it from me, I just had my 7th kid. We can scrub our walls with almost a Brillo pad. So we're going with a really durable finish here. But that at least kind of gives you an idea. If you want to break it down to small, medium, and large, small interiors under 2,000 square feet are going to range from 4 to 6 grand. Over 2,000 square feet, but under 4,000 square feet, you're probably looking at somewhere between 5 and 7 grand. And then bigger than that, it just goes up from there. And again, a lot of factors: height, condition of the walls, color change, caulking, walls only, walls and trim, walls, trim and ceiling, furniture, floor coverings, etc. So these are all things that go into determining the price. I hope this video helps. We are super accessible. I'm super accessible. Give me a call anytime, 470-322-7107. I'd love to talk about your project, help give you an idea of what it's going to cost so that you can plan to do it correctly, and we'll be happy to take care of it when you're ready. Thanks.